Valley Pharmacies in Grenada and Carriacou, and at Atlantic Health Services.
Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is Network News for Tuesday, July 12, 2022. In the headlines, more than $1 million in docked salaries from teachers and other public officers to be repaid. Government's voucher program for vulnerable families to continue. Rachel Roberts wins judgment against the Public Service Commission. Inter-Caribbean Airways partners with Spice Mass Corporation for Carnival 2022. And around the globe, regionally, Jamaicans still facing garbage collection crisis. Internationally, the Sri Lanka Parliament to hold vote for new president on July 20. Plus, in the sports news, 3-member national team selected to represent Grenada at the 2022 World Athletics Championships in the USA. Thanks for joining us. This is the news.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Hello again, I'm Kenroy Baptiste with Network News. Top story, more than $1 million in docked salaries from teachers and other public officers are to be repaid. This, as well as the elimination of school fees, were addressed by Education Minister David Andrew during Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing. Christina John reports.
Teachers can expect 2 payments this month's end. Minister for Education David Andrew addressed the repayment of docked salaries from teachers in 2018 and what transactions they can expect this month's end.
Happy to announce that this month end, the docked salaries to the tune of $1,264,075.78 will be paid to persons who were unduly docked their salaries. That refund, we are advised, will be processed 1 day after the regular processing of payments. So normally, salaries are processed on the 21st of July each month. And so this month, July 22nd would be an additional processing of the docked salaries.
He noted that this will be done after the usual monthly payment.
And so both payrolls would be sent to the respective financial institutions for disbursement by the 26th. So it's our anticipation by the 28th or so of this month, those funds, the docked salaries, will be available to persons in their various accounts. Separate listings will be sent to financial institutions, the routine salaries as processed on the 21st, and a second payroll to take care of the docked salaries that will take place on the 22nd of July.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester, further explained the payment structure.
So basically, with respect to the docked salaries would be paid under the votes that would be affected. So teachers, Ministry of Education, for example, it will be paid there. The other public officers, wherever those persons fall, the docked salaries would be paid there. Now, the amount, as was mentioned by the Minister, is just $1.2 million. So that could be found within the existing appropriation. You will recall that when the budget was passed, the budget was of $1.2 million thereabout. So within that context, you would be able to find that $1.2 million show from savings within the budget.
Addressing government's free education policy, he said they still need time to gradually adjust. However, he explained what will happen for the new school year beginning in September.
But rest assured, in preparation for the September school term, we've already moved in the direction of ensuring that secondary and primary and pre-primary school students would have no fees to pay. So the routine fees, students will no longer have to pay.
Minister Andrew noted that there are some fees associated with particular services or items such as ties and crested shirts that parents will have to pay. At present, the restructuring of fees does not apply to the T.A. Marisho Community College.
I that several persons might be asking about TAMCC and fees. And yes, we are committed to having that happen too. But we, in fairness to the administration, we want to take the time to assess the impact. We want to take the time to assess the financial fallouts of that, and to be able to more appropriately rule. So we would advise that we proceed as per usual with the TAMCC payments and fees, as much as we would like to say right now, let's do TAMCC as well, but those things come with financial implications, and we want to be prudent in how we proceed. So we'll proceed with TAMCC as per usual for this year, but I assure you, by the next school year, and I don't mean September 2022, the following school year, if I should say it that way, we will have updated news. In fact, and long before that, but we'll be in a position to plan, to prepare, to cater for the impact, and to be able to appropriately bring that same free education policy to TAMCC.
Christelina John, GBN News.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell on Tuesday gave the assurance that parents can look forward to receiving their vouchers to assist with purchasing school supplies for the new school year.
Yes, I thought I made it clear that we are committed to paying. The fact that we are working on a transfer of the program out of the Prime Minister's office to the Ministry of Education will not impact the assistance being provided. So the answer is yes, the assistance will continue to be provided.
All right, so the Uniform Assistance Program was introduced by the Keith Mitchell-led administration in 2013 through the Ministry of Education. However, in 2015, it was transferred to the Office of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Mitchell says he is now considering redirecting the program to the Ministry of Education.
So it is likely that we will return this to the Ministry of Education. It is likely that we will ensure that the principals, the Parent Teachers Association, and the communities who are best able to advise us to the persons who really are in need, that ministry takes care of that. But the commitment is there, yes, to continue assisting as we can in terms of providing uniform allowances and any other special needs that students may need.
Each year since its inception, the former government expended millions towards the School Vouchers Initiative to assist people considered as poor and vulnerable. The vouchers were used to obtain uniforms and basic school supplies at bookstores and other retail stores. We can tell you too, the value of the vouchers ranged from $50 to $150 per child. Now, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell has reiterated his government's commitments to pay retired public officers pension and gratuity. He promised to address retroactive payments first.
During his first official engagement with members of the media this morning, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell explained that having already engaged trade unions and other stakeholders on the issue, government now awaits feedbacks based on the discussions and decisions made.
Met with the unions as well as the Police Welfare Association and Prison Welfare Association, the other two group of individuals affected by the ruling of Justice Ralston Glasgow, which essentially indicated that the Pension Disqualification Act was unconstitutional, and therefore the public servants, including the police and prison officers, were entitled to their pension payments in accordance with the respective pieces of legislation that govern the payment of pensions for them. The meeting took place last Friday at the Cabinet Room.
The Prime Minister explained that the purpose of the meeting was twofold: to provide a fiscal overview of the impact of the payment of pension and the state of government's finances, which was forwarded to the unions. The Prime Minister noted that they have given the unions up until this month's end, July 31st, to respond with whatever comments, questions and/or queries they may have based on the presentation. He explained the estimated amount of retroactive payments to be made and what government intentions are in terms of payments.
Our data indicates that the retroactive payment is roughly around $60 million. We indicated to the unions that we would like to do one of two things by the 30th of November, either pay that $60 million in its entirety or do a part payment with a proposal for the payment over a period of time. We, at that meeting, was not seeking the approval or agreement of the unions, but we simply wanted to inform them of the approach we want to take. Also reiterated our commitment that those workers who currently fall and who retire or fall upon retirement, that their retirement pensions will in fact be honored. So those two messages were sent clearly to the trade unions.
What follows, the Prime Minister also explained.
Next steps, we await hearing back from the unions with any questions or comments that they may have. Hopefully that can be done by the 31st of July. We will then respond with our proposal as to whether we're in a position to pay the entire $60 million by the 30th of November or whether we would have to enter into a part payment schedule.
Christina John, GBN News.
Well, government's commitments to paying retired officers pensions and gratuity is being seen as a demonstration that the democratic system works. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says the people deserve this transfer of wealth as the discussion on government's bold move to tackle pension and gratuity continues. Cherry and Blackman-Stephen tells us more.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says the payment of pension is not a political one, but rather a basic decent standard of living issue that his administration is seeking to address. Retirees from the public service were denied pension and gratuity payment as mandated by the Constitution through the Pension Act. However, through legislative changes, they were subjected to payment from the National Insurance Scheme. However, the March 2022 High Court ruling deemed the NIS payment for public workers as unconstitutional, thereby restoring pension payment as outlined in the Constitution.
I think anyone who works all their life, retires, and then find themselves unable to live, must ask what kind of society am I living in, and more importantly, what does the future hold for those who are working? They're going to face a similar situation. So for us, it isn't really a political issue. It's a basic, in my view, decent standard of living, what kind of a society issue that we need to address.
Following a meeting with stakeholders last Friday, government agreed to proceed with paying retired public officers some $60 million in retroactive pension and gratuity payments, commencing November of this year, in part or in full. These payments will be made to eligible retired public officers from the period 1985 to present, as well as to the estate of eligible teachers and public officers who died. The Prime Minister says this does not mean government is diminishing the fiscal impact of such payment.
But I've said time and time again, I prefer poor government and wealthy citizens and healthy citizens than a wealthy government and poor citizens. And so from that perspective, it is going to be a transfer of wealth from the government to the citizens. But I think it's one the citizens are legally entitled to, one the pensioners deserve, And so from where I sit, I'm happy to take action on this quickly.
For President General of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, government's decision is a heartfelt one, especially for people who fought to see this realization but died without enjoying the victory of these battles.
People might be smiling in the grave right about now to hearing those news. And I know the same with Pamela George, Miss George, from basically another teacher who was sick for a long time and a very struggling retirement. And here now you are hearing this news. So for everybody is a sense of hope, what you are seeing here.
However, while public officers bask in the realm of satisfaction, having combed the streets of Grenada on many occasions for their entitlements, the GUT leader is encouraging his members and colleagues to play the roles for which they are now being rewarded.
For that, I would want to call again, make a plea to teachers and to public officers and to the nation to really rally and let us basically try our best for our productivity. Our level of productivity must rise in this country because it's a good start for all of us.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
You're at Network News. Still ahead from us, former trade union president wins judgment against the Public Service Commission. We'll talk about that. Stay with us.
The biggest white is back and bigger than ever.
Give me the island breeze, cool them vibes.
This year, we're taking you straight into Juve, literally.
Oh, na, na, na. You stay on the radar. Oh,
get ready for Cast the Band.
I come for this one. Sign me up, I come for it.
Together with a solid cast of our local soca superstars. Be prepared for a night of non-stop energy and mass. Early bird tickets are available now for $80, or you can step up your experience in VIP for $500. Available from Go to Fet and all official Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. The biggest white is here. And this time, we're taking you straight into Juve.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Yo, Grenada, it's on this Friday. I Must Go Soca Fete, Charles Marshall, I'm performing live alongside Grenada's finest. It's on I Must Go Soca Fete at Mellows, Charles Marshall, this Friday. Somebody tell them that we don't do certain things. The whole dance burn up. This Friday, Mellows, Charles Marshall, live. Beer vibes. Mellow mashup. Fine. Don't miss it. Yeah, Grenada. Yes, it's official. I'm coming. I have the right to jump around.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Affordable all quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
My name is Veronica Julian Adams. I'm from Leicester, Carriacou. I've been a proud member of Ariza Credit Union for the past 20 years. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because of what they were offering at the time for low-income people like myself. My experience with Ariza leaves me feeling as a millionaire. My pocket is never empty. Ariza even helped me to secure a loan, which I assisted my son in building a boat, so now I'm part owner of a fishing boat because of Ariza. And I'm looking to do a lot more with Ariza because they make everything so easy and affordable. Thank you, Ariza, for enhancing lives for the past 75 years. I am one of those lives, and I'm proud to say you're the best. Thank you, Ariza.
For all those who missed it the first time, Julian Fedon is back.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, a heritage theatre production written and directed by Chris DeRiggs. Experience the conflict, the romance, the lighter moments, the drama. 3 big performances, Friday 12th, Saturday 13th, and Sunday 14th August at the Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m. each night. Bring out the entire family and enjoy this very special experience in Grenadian theatre.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Former President of the Public Workers Union, Rachel Roberts, has won a legal battle against the Public Service Commission. This is what we know. Ms. Roberts challenged the PSC after she was transferred from her position as Senior Administrative Officer in the Ministry of Education in 2019 to the Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office, effective January 28. The lawsuit was filed on the basis that the decision was unconstitutional. We can tell you too, the judgment was delivered by Justice Ralston Glasgow on July 1. Ms. Roberts was represented by the Law Office Justice Chambers, led by Attorney Cajetan Hood. Benjamin Hood, a partner at the Law Office, gave reporters an update on the judgment on Tuesday. He says that while the PSC is entitled to transfer employees at any time, the post assigned must be equivalent to the previous post or list of duties. He said that based on the judgment, Ms. Roberts should be returned to a post in the Ministry of Education. He further spoke on the actions that will proceed if the relevant response is not received.
The oral judgment was given on the 1st of July. The written judgment was given the week after, I believe, on the 5th of July. That as of that date, the Public Service Commission ought to have done which was right. The court also awarded compensatory damages to Ms. Roberts, which has not been paid as yet, but we just assume out of good faith and out of good practice in the Public Service Commission going forward, these things ought to have been done. So if I've spoken to Ms. Roberts, if it's not done, by the end of this week, we're going to engage the Public Service Commission. And if there's nothing done going forward, we're going to go back to the court to enforce that judgment.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says his government is committed to paying judgments. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester, gave an update on money owing by government for judgments handed down by the court in favor of citizens.
The figure started around 40 million some years ago, and that, of course, is included as part of our debt stock. So as part of the debt stock, the 2.1 billion figure that we have, the claims compensation and judgment debts, as we call them, is part of that. There has been an active effort to reduce that over time. So I can't say at this particular time what the exact figure is, but it started around $40 million some years ago, and we have been making efforts to reduce that over time.
Other news, Inter-Caribbean Airways is the airline for Spice Mass 2022 as Grenada prepares for its biggest cultural extravaganza after a 2-year break. Rena Thomas reports.
Inter-Caribbean Airways has partnered with Spice Mass Corporation to be the Carnival airline for all coming to Grenada for Carnival 2022. The airline will continue its daily flights to Grenada from various countries, both regionally and internationally. Chairman of Spice Mass Corporation, Arlie Gill, is happy to have the airline on board.
The Caribbean is the official airline of Spice Mass 2022. They have come on board in a very significant way with us, and Inter-Caribbean is the airline of choice for traveling from within, Caribbean islands. If you're coming from any Caribbean island and coming to Spice Mass 2022, so Inter-Caribbean is on board.
Carnival 2022 is said to be bigger and better after its 2-year break due to COVID-19. The corporation is now engaged in heavy advertising with its upcoming shows and events in the local, regional, and international markets. CEO of Spice Mass Corporation, Kelvin Jacobs, says that while there will not be any competition for the parade of the bands this year, many bands are still registered to be part of the event.
The categories. Now, in terms of the mass bands, Mass on the Road, we do not have any competitions for mass this year. The traditional bands would be parading the streets, and we have 15 bands registered and 17 fancy bands registered so far. And Monday Night Mass, we have 7 bands registered for Monday Night Mass. So mass registration is pretty close. Juve registration, people wanting to do Juve bands, we're still open and accepting Juve bands, and also Old Mass. Anyone, individuals want to do Old Mass as well.
Both the CEO and the chairman were speaking at a press briefing on Monday. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
After conducting reviews and consultations with stakeholders, Spice Mass Corporation has made some changes to Carnival events for 2022 as a means of improving the quality of the festival. Changes include the date and venue for the Calypso Final this year. More from Rena Thomas.
Officials say they have received positive responses to the change of date and venue for Calypso Finals this year. Officials from Spice Mass Corporation said the event, which will normally be held on the March Grand Night at the National Stadium, is now scheduled for Thursday, July 4th at Progress Park in St. Andrew. Long-standing Calypsonian Finley Jeffrey, known in the entertainment world as a scholar, welcomes this change.
Whether or not it will work, it's left to be seen, but it was clear that the Calypso Finals, as part of the March Gras at the stadium Sunday, it was not working. And as a Calypsonian myself, being on that stage and looking at the empty seats in front, it became very, very lonely. As I'm confident that, and I'm hopeful that good things will come from the Thursday Calypso Finals. It's an experiment in its kind, but it would have been madness and sheer stupidity really to keep doing the same thing on Sunday and expect a different result.
Spice Mass Corporation has also partnered with the Lions Club to bring back old mass tradition to the forefront of the festival. CEO Kelvin Jacob explains.
We are also having Old Mass competition together with the Lions Club, and that's going to be coming up this Sunday. So you can register with any member of the Lions Club as well. I think they're actually registering people up until the day of the event. So you can show up with your concept and so on, and you'll get registered prior to the event. So that's something that we are having this coming Sunday, and it will be at the Youth Center in Montrouge. And it starts at 3 p.m.
Jacob also gave an update on the Soca and Groovy competition.
We had the preliminaries, so we have 30 semi-finalists going on to the semi-final round for in the Soca competition, and 25 in the Groovy round of the competition, where we will select 11 Soca artists and 11 Groovy artists to come up against the reigning monarch in each of the categories. Now, in terms of the mass bands, Mass on the Road, we do not have any competitions for mass this year. The traditional bands would be parading the streets, and we have 15 bands registered and 17 fancy bands registered so far. And Monday Night Mass, we have 7 bands registered for Monday Night Mass. So
the CEO of Spice Mass Corporation said they are also in constant dialogue with service providers who play a key role in ensuring that the competition runs smoothly.
Spice Mass. We are also in engagement with our service providers, so we are working along with our service providers, doing our site visits, etc., to make sure that our stage and everything is up and ready for Carnival. The production of our shows, we are also in connection with persons to produce our shows, and we want to appeal to the artists, especially those that are going on to the semi-final rounds. We've had an engagement plan before with the producers of the events and invited artists to come along. Artists did not take up that opportunity. Now we want to do that again, especially as we go into the semi-final round of the competition, so that you can meet with the producers of the show, so you can know exactly what is expected of you, and also give you some pointers as well for the for your own production on stage before the judges.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Okay, we now turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. Sentencing adjourned Monday for Demlin Murray alias Dumpling as the psychiatric evaluation was requested. Murray was convicted of capital murder in the death of 15-year-old student Brittany Baptiste, who was killed on March 19, 2016.
The final sentencing date for Demlin Murray was set for today, Monday, July 11th, 2022. However, a psychiatric evaluation was requested for Murray, who appeared at the No. 1 High Court for the hearing. The matter was adjourned to Friday, July 29th, 2022, when it is hoped would be the final hearing of the matter. On March 4th, 2022, the High Court found Demlin Murray guilty of capital murder for the 2016 death of 15-year-old Brittany Baptiste.
GBN social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts on the latest developments. The following views are of members of the public and not of the GBN. Candy said, "Just so he will play mad and come out now," shaking my head. Kira added, "All these years and nothing. Man, this system is so messed up." Alina said, "I see, so it was a mistrial and the judge in her good faith requested a retrial. Understand. Sending prayers to the family. I know this entire situation is really sad indeed." Analyst said, "If anyone cared to follow the case and law, he would have clearly understood why the first case was deemed a mistrial and the judge did order a retrial. It isn't Dumpling's fault that he hasn't been sentenced because, after all, he's not on the run. The judicial system needs a little bit of straightening. It has multiple cases going on for years, and every time individuals show up to court, the sentencing or case is rescheduled." Beautiful island, beach, beautiful people, beautiful sun, sky, no snow, lots of freedom to do what you want, and this is what you chose to do? But I'm sorry, but you got to go to jail for a long time. No excuses for that type of crime. David added, "The good thing is that sentence or not, he is still in jail." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Well, this is where we say goodbye for now to our listeners on K105 FM. Still ahead in network news, organizers promise more attractive prizes for regatta winners. We'll be back after these messages.
The exciting, dramatic, humorous, and mind-captivating Lions All Mass is back in 2022. The Lions Club of St. George's and Spice Mass Corporation brings you an evening of comedy, fun, laughter, and pick-on at the Grenada Youth Center on Sunday, July 17th from 3 p.m. Tickets are available from any member of the St. George's Lions Club, Spice Mass Office, Grenadian Optical, Clear Vision, and Gittins Pharmacy. Grand Dance. Admission adults, $25. Children 12 and under, pay $12. Come relieve your stress through laughter and be prepared to be entertained by local calypso and soca artists. This is an evening you don't want to miss. The Lions and Spice Mass Corporation All Mass, Sunday, July 17th, Grenada Youth Center, 3 p.m. See you there.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Are you looking for a summer program that is fun-filled, safe, and mentally stimulating for your child? Then Destined to Win Summer Explosion is just what the summer ordered. For ages 5 to 16, our program includes arts and craft, reading and mathematics, indoor and outdoor games, dancercise, karate, field trips, face painting, treasure hunting, and more. Destined to Win Summer Explosion runs July 11th to August 12th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. We're located on Tempe Main Road, next to Ned's Rental. Registration only $10. Spaces are limited, so call Mrs. Bartholomew on 403-8282, 405-8282, or 414-8282 to book today.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Every day we snouting, say boom.
Yo, this is Skinny Fabulous, and I'm inviting you to be ready this carnival season with Courts Ready Cash. Get up to $20,000 cash right now. No deposit needed, and it's completely hassle-free. You will have your money in your hand in less than 24 hours. What are you waiting for? Don't miss the vibes this carnival season. It's all about Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Thinking bad, all my friend them stinking mad. We be having thinking bad. Call me the drinking god.
Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited. Now introducing Portland King Cement, Grenada's toughest and most high-quality cement. Engineered with you in mind. Whether it's residential or industrial construction, Portland King Cement has been tested to achieve profound results that you can trust. The choice is clear. Choose Portland King, tougher than the rest. Visit Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited on Dusty Highway. Call telephone number 439-6605 or 440-6605. Or visit our two other locations, Wester Hall in St. David and Dunfermline in St. Andrew.
Spice Mass is back! And Grenada Distillers Limited wants you to win big with its bottleneck promotion. With every purchase of pure white or special dark, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. Win tickets to Soca Mona. Win free costumes. Win bottles of Clark Scott Rum, Grenada's #1. Win cold hard cash and more. Simply Simply write your name, address, and contact details at the back of this bottleneck and insert in the boxes at participating outlets and the Clackscourt sales van. Win big for Spice Mass with Clackscourt, Grenada's #1 rum.
We're back. Organizers are promising more attractive prizes for winners in the 2022 Karakou Regatta Festival later this month. Runapet Thomas reports.
Karakou Regatta 2022 is said to be an event that no one should miss in Karakou this year. The event that takes place annually is the biggest running regatta festival in the Caribbean since 1965. This year's theme is keeping the tradition alive while adjusting to the new normal, as activities kick off from July 22nd to August 1st. Chairperson for the Karakou Regatta Committee, Lindy Hazel, outlines some of the events planned.
We kick off the festival on Friday, the 22nd, with the Grand Regatta launch. That's where we have all the formal speeches. We'll have some cultural displays and so on. On Thursday, the 28th, we have a regatta night cruise aboard the Odyssey. It's entitled Shades of Blue, Atlantis, Shades of Blue. Friday, the 29th, we have a trial race, which will be done over on the windward side. And later that evening, we come back to town where we'll have a welcome party. So the sailors will get to meet and greet with other persons from the community. Saturday the 30th, we have Round the Island races, which starts at windward and also finishes at the windward side. On Sunday and Monday, we have boat races and lots of on-shore activities. And also we have the closing ceremony and prize giving.
Karakou is world famous for its boat building tradition, and the festival highlights this, along with on-shore activities such as donkey racing, the greasy pole, street parties, and others. Hazel says while there are many boats registered for the races this year, they have seen fewer boats from other Caribbean countries participating.
And what we're trying to do is try to get back regatta to see how it was, you know. So everything won't just happen overnight, but we're trying to get a hold of things being the way that it used to. So it gradually, maybe not this year, but next year and the years to come, we'll try to get the other Caribbean islands that used to take part before to be part of the sailing aspect of everything. But I can say for sure that we have boats from St. Vincent Grenadines, those from Karakou, etc.
The chairperson also reassures participants that prizes this year will be better than in previous years.
I can assure you that the prizes are very good. It's solid. Over the years, boatmen seem to be complaining that sailing and the prizes were not satisfactory. But this year, we're trying, despite our small budget, we're trying to ensure that the boatmen are satisfied.
For GBN News, I am Runapet Thomas reporting.
Karakou Regatta Festival 2022. Well, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Oftentimes, it is hard to escape when sleep comes knocking, but our sleeper in tonight's ISO found himself a peculiar resting place. The St. Vincent resident is captured sleeping on the ropes of a docked cruise ship near the island's port. An odd resting place it was, indeed. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Talk about that one. Stay with us. The weather is next, followed by the sports news.
Fuel your
dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and nice. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish Springs off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
Time to chill and the storage chill. Choose a chill and the storage chill. Chill with flavor. Black orange and lemon lime. That's with bitters, yeah, yeah. We love the vibe. Refreshing every day. Cool like island breeze. Forget your worries. Come, chill with me. Angostura chill, chill, chill. Angostura chill, Angostura chill. Chill with flavor.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
They are the few, the strong, the elite. Grenada, get ready as our sporting gladiators go for gold and glory at the World Championships. Follow every throw, stride, and jump from July 15th to the 24th. Capture the action daily on GBN television. It's the World Championships. The dream continues.
James is going to win it.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Network News. Weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, mostly fair, windy and hazy, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief early morning showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Wind east northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Please note a marine advisory remains in effect. Tides low at 8 p.m., high at 2:30 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning 5:50. Your 3-day forecast on Wednesday, July 13, mostly fair, windy and slightly hazy. On Thursday, July 14, mostly fair, breezy and hazy, becoming partly cloudy overnight with light isolated showers. And on Friday, July 15, fair at first, windy and hazy, becoming partly cloudy by evening with light to moderate scattered showers and a medium chance of thunder. That's the weather. evening, sporting fans. Karani James and Anderson Peters lead the Grenada national team for the 2022 World Athletics Championships in July and from July 15 to 24 in Eugene, Oregon. The team includes Lyndon Victor, who posted a season best performance of 8,311 points. He's ranked 6th in the decathlon event. Anderson Peters is the defending world champion in javelin. He posted a personal best performance of 93.07 meters at the 2022 Doha Diamond League. Karani James is a triple Olympic medalist in the 400 meters and posted a season's best of 44.02 seconds. He currently ranks number 3 in the world in the 400-meter event. We can tell you the athletes will be accompanied by their coaches, Harvey Glanz, Paul Phillip, and Christopher Huffins. Well, as the Summer of Soccer program organized by the Grenada Football Association enters its second day, its goal surrounds getting children outdoors. GFA President Marlon Glean says the program is aimed at ensuring that the highlight of summer vacation is closely tied to sporting activity.
And coincidentally, the government has also, through the Ministry of Sports, has also launched their summer program, which coincides with us. The Ministry of Sports is a partner with us on this football program through the Ministry of Sports, through the coordinator, Mr. Colin Peters. And they're doing other sports, and they're leaving the football for us. They've loaned us a number of their coaches, etc. So it's a good partnership that we've restarted. It was a partnership in the past. We've restarted so that going forward, both the Ministry of Sports and the GFA will be doing a lot of initiatives. Going forward, we're looking at primary school football. How do we relook secondary schools football? How do we relook girls football and female football?
Meanwhile, during the press launch for the Summer of Soccer program, the GFA president announced sweeping changes to the national team's selection, among other areas. These changes, Marlon Glean noted, will be reflected in scouting from programs such as the Summer of Soccer and National Grassroots Initiative to follow in September.
But going forward, we need to have a formal approach to selecting national teams. So this is how we select a U14 or U15 national team in the past. Somebody in the office in GFA calls Hurricane and say, hey, send me 5 players. And somebody calls St. John Sports and somebody calls Paradise and say, send down your best 5 players. And then they pick a national team. But what if that coach got it wrong? What if that person you call in St. John Sports or Hurricane or Paradise got it wrong? There'll be a player or 2 or 3 sitting in Paradise and never got a chance to make national team.
He said that currently there is no clear policy or selection committee to choose players for the national teams.
So how it should work is we have competitions and we have people, experts, who knows the football, watch all the games. So we should not be saying Hurricane send me 4 players. You call Hurricane and you say, hey, I want John Smith, number 7. I want Paul Roberts, number 8. And I need Tom, whoever it is, number 11, to come to the national team. Because we should know the players. I should not be sitting here and ask any coach if they know this kid that plays for SAS in the secondary school football and they don't know that player. Every coach in Grenada at whatever age group should know every kid in Grenada at that age group. You cannot be coaching a national team and don't know every kid in Grenada at that age group. Grenada is only that big.
Green stated that the structure for selection will be integral going forward.
Selection going forward should be based on how you perform over a year, over a season in football. Whether it's secondary school football, whether it's our GFA youth competitions, or whether at a senior level in the Premier League or conference or WAGIT or whatever else competitions exist in Grenada. That's how selection should be. Every competition, we should have a 3 or 4 or 5-man committee that go to every match, led by the technical staff, goes to every match and try to figure who the best players are. Because that's how it's done around the world. So it should not be done different here. If you look at TV When you watch football, the Barcelona, the Premier League in England, the head coach of the national team is at every game watching players. In Grenada today, does the head coach of our national team watch any of our Premier League matches? Does the head coach of our national team watch the Pure Grenada Cup? Does the head coach of our national team watch Spaghetti football? So how do we know who the best players are?
Well, Trinidad and Tobago pulled off a miraculous victory over Guyana to storm to the top of the points table on an eventful day of action in the CWI Women's Under-19 Rising Stars Tournament on Monday. Here's what we can tell you. Playing at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, the home team was bowled out for just 69 off 12.3 overs. They rebounded and bowled out Guyana for a mere 29 off 9.5 overs to win by 40 runs in dramatic fashion. Barbados recorded a comfortable win over the Leeward Islands at the Diego Martin Sports Complex. Batting first, the Bajans rattled up 172 for 4 off their 20 overs. In reply, the Leewards put up a fight but closed 49 runs short as they ended on 123 for 6 off their 20 overs. A superb all-round performance from Zeta James guided Windward Islands to a comfortable win by 8 wickets over Jamaica and lifted them to third on the table with 10 points from 4 matches. A Class C knock of 52 not out led by Windwards to 97 for 2 off 15.3 overs in response to 96 for 5 off 20 overs by the Jamaicans. That's the sports news for now. We begin in Jamaica, and residents there are facing a garbage collection crisis, which is creating several issues for residents, including rodent infestation. More in this TVJ report.
A garbage receptacle painted in the colors of the Jamaican flag, overflowing with garbage. This perfectly captures the collection crisis in parts of the country. The backlog started around 2 years ago when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and it has been worsening since. It's mainly due to a shortage of garbage trucks, which in turn means fewer loads of waste going into the country's disposal sites, like here at Riverton. This spells bad news for pickers who make a living off dump sites.
Kind of slow, yes. Now we are to corona thing and certain we are. We don't know. Iron slow, room now buy more, so it's hard, brother. It's not nice.
I don't know. You see me? Nothing really come as much, you know?
What you say, Yalo?
Bag feeding.
To what?
For me hog them. Because to me raise hog. You get me say, so that's my aim.
The Sri Lanka Parliament will hold a vote on July 20 to elect a new president. According to its speaker, the new president will replace President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who has promised to resign by Wednesday. The statement on Monday comes after protesters stormed the residences of the current president and prime minister, prompting both officials to go into hiding amid an economic meltdown. We can tell you the process of electing a new president involves calling for nominations among members of the 225-seat parliament, which should be submitted on July 19. Al Jazeera has more.
Protesters who overran key political landmarks on Saturday say they are staying till the president and prime minister resign. Thousands of others are streaming in to visit the official residences and this property, the Presidential Secretariat.
We need a new system, we need a new governance, we need proper leaders. So today we are here to change that and to bring this nation, our country, to a stable position. We are fighting until the end.
That end seems close, but protesters are not leaving. They are angry and fed up with having to spend days in queues and to find the money to buy essentials, which have increased 3 to 5 times in price. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says he will resign on Wednesday. Political parties in parliament will elect a new president a week later.
A government has to function according to the law. I'm here to protect the Constitution and through it fulfill the people's demands. What we need today is an all-party government, and we will take steps to establish that.
This is the one to report. Britain's new Prime Minister will be announced on September 5, with the first votes to begin eliminating candidates in a crowded field to replace Boris Johnson expected this week. So far, 11 members of Parliament have said they will take part in the contest for the leadership of the ruling Conservative Party after Johnson resigned following a series of scandals. Whoever wins will also become Prime Minister and have the opportunity to call a snap election. Here's the rest of the details in this report.
The UK is sweltering through a midsummer heat wave, but the country's political temperature has been at boiling point for days now.
And I want you to know how sad I am.
Following the Prime Minister's resignation announcement last Thursday, Conservative MPs of the 1922 committee gathered to set the rules and timetable for how to replace Boris Johnson.
Nominations will open and close tomorrow. We'll have a first ballot on Wednesday and a second ballot is likely on Thursday. What we try to do is find a balance where we're making sure the parliamentary stages are concluded reasonably rapidly before the summer recess, but we do believe we can have that proper discussion within the party.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines in just a moment. We have to leave you now, but first a reminder of the headlines if you're just tuning into the broadcast. More than $1 million in docked salaries from teachers and other public officers to be repaid. Government's voucher program for vulnerable families to continue. Rachel Roberts wins judgment against the Public Service Commission. Inter-Caribbean Airways partners with Spice Mass Corporation for Carnival 2022. And around the globe, regionally, Jamaicans still facing garbage collection crisis. Internationally, the Sri Lanka Parliament to hold vote for new president on July 20. Plus, in the sports news, 3-member national team selected to represent Grenada at the 2022 World Athletics Championships in the USA. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy. That's it from us in the newsroom for now. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.